What's up, everybody? In honor of this video, I'm wearing my new fitting Ogus cake shirt. Yeah, the last one kind of fit, not really. I think Ogus thought I was small, which is understandable. Most people, when they see me, they think I'm taller. I'm like 5'6.5", guys. Just for the record, I'm a short motherfucker. You wouldn't believe the amount of emails I'm getting on, look at this, Core ABC. Thank you, Doug Miller, for these. These are great. Got this at the show last week. Here's the deal. I'm getting a lot of emails on Chris Jones versus Matt Ogus. And I understand. I've trained with Chris Jones. I'm a judge. I can look at Matt Ogus's pictures admiringly and in a very straight way. Here's the deal. As a judge, I'm looking over everything, and I want to answer your guys' questions, because seriously, I've gotten in the multiple dozens of emails about Chris Jones and Matt Ogus, about who I think's going to win. Here's the deal. They might both not win. This is going to be a tough show. I'm going to be there in person. I can't wait to see this, but let's assume there's no other competitor but Chris Jones and Matt Ogus. I'm going to go over what I feel is going to be the outcome, and I'm also going to go over why I feel that outcome will happen, but you're probably going to be pissed off because there is no outcome. Here's the deal. I've never seen Chris Jones in contest shape. I don't know if he holds his mass. I don't know who's doing his diet or how his diet's going to work, and I don't know anything. I know that Matt Ogus, and I know he's probably using the same guys to do his diet. Looking at his condition in the past, his strengths, phenomenal upper body, phenomenal symmetry from the front, good legs, crisp legs, phenomenal glutes, overall great development. He's on the smaller side, but he makes up for that in the illusion of being bigger. When he turns around, his back thickness for his size is fine. The one thing that I don't know if he brought up this year is his width. His V-taper, his lat width, is one thing that I saw could use a little bit of work. Guys' ass and hams, for a guy of his weight and his weight class, are as good as you're going to find. His posing, dude practices it like year-round. You're not going to beat him on posing form or posing style. He's going to outpose you in the prejudging unless you're good at it, unless you have experience. So there's what I feel about Matt Ogus. Pretty much an all-around great bodybuilder, lacking somewhat in width, but makes up for it in just a very crisp physique. And if he does what he did last time he got in shape, you're looking at a really fucking formidable package. And from what I've seen of his training, his diligence, his weighing out food, his controlled bulk, the guy's probably put on a lot of quality size. So that's something to look at as well. Now, Chris Jones, I trained with him. The disadvantages from my vantage point, I've never seen him in shape. I've never seen him in contest shape. Yeah, we've seen him at 6-7% body fat. He looks amazing. He's one of the biggest naturals I've ever seen, next to Doug Miller and Kurt Widener. The guy is a phenomenal athlete. He's a phenomenal figure who I am looking at as, hey, what'll happen if he diets down? Now, some people diet down, do it wrong, get flat, get stringy, and lose their strengths. In my opinion, Chris Jones' strengths are his phenomenal taper and also the fact that he is big. The guy, if you see him in person, you're going to guess he's on some shit. Chris Jones is a very, very impressive individual. And I mean, a lot of people were questioning if Chris Jones was for real. Like, oh, this guy's all talk, this guy's all this. I trained with him. Chris Jones is willing to fucking hurt himself. To sacrifice to win. From a judging standpoint, looking at Chris Jones, his quads are strong. Very strong quads. Very big quads. Good-looking quads. He can match Ogus in quads. Hamstrings, again, until you're really lean, it's hard to tell. His hamstrings looked fine to me, but if anything, there's a bit of an imbalance between his quads, which are phenomenal. I have the same problem, Chris. Phenomenal. And his hamstrings, which are good, but not phenomenal. I'm not even going to go over calves, because honestly, the show ain't going to come down to calves. All right, so we'll just leave those at the altar. Arms, I mean, Ogus has phenomenal arms, phenomenal overall build. Chris Jones has some big fucking arms. If he can keep that size and get those things whittled down and shredded, man, that's going to be a phenomenal look for Chris. Phenomenal. From the back, it's hard to tell. Chris seems to have a good taper. What I see with him is he has a great V. Where he kind of go up against Ogus is in the thickness area. Ogus has a bit more of a three-dimensional back, but again, it's hard to tell because Chris has never been in the shape I saw Ogus when I was evaluating his pictures. So that is what I see between them now. If they go head-to-head, here's what's going to determine it. I've been to 2 shows in the past 3 weeks, in the past month, where I've judged. I'm getting all choked up about this. No. Here's the thing. If Ogus and Chris Jones are within 10%, and Chris Jones does not bring his posing game up, Ogus will beat him on illusion. Ogus will know how to put his leg, for example, on a side chest. He knows how to push that back leg against his front leg to make his hamstring stick out. He knows how to twist to make his waist look smaller and his chest look bigger. He knows what poses work for him, and he practices them. Stage presence. You might think, Chris Jones is an extrovert. He's a very personable person. He obviously doesn't give a shit about doing things in public and embarrassing himself, same with me. But once you get on stage, it's different. You're in tights. You're standing in front of a group of 5 to 10 people judging you against other individuals. Ogus has experience at that. Chris Jones doesn't. And then conditioning. If Chris Jones does not come in 100% shredded, diced, and just ready to roll, it might be, these natural shows, let's be real here, guys. When you're a natural athlete, you're not going to have Marcus Rule on stage, who come in at 8% body fat and still come in the top 5 because he's so fucking big. Matt Ogus and Chris Jones are going to be within 10 pounds of each other. Natural bodybuilding, the differentiating point is conditioning. So if Matt Ogus brings glutes and Chris Jones doesn't, Ogus will win. If Chris Jones comes in shape, and again, Chris Jones, you're going up against, you picked a fucking target, brother. I told you this in Texas. You picked a very good bodybuilder to call out. And now you just got to put your money where your mouth is. I know you're willing to work, but don't be against hiring a coach. I always hire a coach. I'm working with John right now because you cannot bring yourself in like you could bring others in. I just got a girl ready for a figure show right now. Her back is fucking ridiculous. I don't tell anybody who I train because it's really not what I'm promoting, and honestly, I just do it for fun. But here's the thing is that if you get with someone who could bring you in, that might be the closing factor, because if it comes down to size and you're both in the same condition, you both have shredded glutes, if you can hold the size, brother, it might be a Chris Jones day. There's a lot of variables, and we'll find out the day of the show, but I will be there. So my pick is neither. I think both of them will do good, and it depends if those variables are hit. I'm not going to predict who's going to win because both of them can win. And if Ogus has put on size like I think he has in the offseason, size might not be an issue either. We don't know till they get on stage. We'll know 2 weeks out a little more. But right now, it's all conjecture. I'm using big words. I got to stop that shit. But regardless, they're both phenomenal guys. Phenomenal bodybuilders, and have great YouTube channels. If you don't subscribe to them, it's /Physiques of Greatness, and I believe /Flex for All. I'll put it on the bottom if I got it wrong. I just have it linked up, so I just click. So I forgot. It's kind of like having speed dial on your phone. But if you have a chance to go to the show, I believe it's in Northern California. I don't care if I have to take out of my kid's 529 college fund. I will be there. Anyway, here we go. Watch the prep. Ogus, Jones, Lobliner, Tiger Fitness. Peace out.